Between these iconic hedges, the field where some of college football's greats have called home. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, where these fans are ready to turn the dogs loose. But this isn't any regular matchup. It's a battle of top tens, a couple of forces meeting head-to-head where one team will try to make a resonating statement. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. First down here for the offense. Looking for a man. It's Ward. They're bringing heat. It's complete on the right side.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. What do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. To the ground. He's got it again. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. While the Canes are known for big-time playmakers, tough physical running is part of it, too.
Yeah, you got to be able to have a team that not just is about sizzle, and we've seen so many Miami teams about...
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
And that guy is just a man. I mean, he sets the tone in this defense. We saw it on that play right there. Reminds me a lot of the guy standing beside me, David Pollack. He really set the bar for great D-line play at Georgia. I think back to 2 guys I played against, Richard Seymour and Marcus Stroud, lining up beside each other.
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
That is not an easy situation if you're an offensive lineman, second and third and long, because you know the D-line, they're coming. They know you're throwing the football. As an O-lineman, you better get out of your stance and get your hands up and punch and not miss, because if you do, then that's what happens right there.
Quarterback needs to make a better throw there, incomplete.
Not a lot of good plays for third in California, so you're just trying to get a completion and help out your punter, but they can't even get that executed.
What the fuck I'm talking about.
The offense stays on the field. Opening drive, still in their own territory. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 20. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3 and out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Pick 6.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. That kind of play is just vintage Hurricane receiver play.
I mean, big-time playmakers on the outside. The list is long for Miami, but finding those elite speedsters down in the state of Florida, it's not a hard job.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Got a man. It's Martinez. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Unloads to the wideout.
Yeah.
Pass on the way. It's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Snags it quickly on the left. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Georgia comes quickly to the line.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Back to pass, it's back. Wide open downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Let me see.
This time they'll go to the running game. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Using his legs, it's Etienne. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Looking for the
Yeah.
They score for the big fella here. Ryan Tide is so effective in the red zone. Well, these aren't the guys that are burned by you for 70 most of the time. You can use their big body frames and threaten them to run the football to be a blocker in the running game. Now you see the secondary. They've got big play. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Finds his man. It's Horton.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows. He can run slants. He can run the option routes and find...
Touchdown, Miami! What a catch and run for 6.
Like, they let me reach but not jump.
I'll tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And he makes the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Georgia going up tempo. Fast motion from the offense. To the air, it's back. He's got his man. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I know everyone's yelling, like, you didn't get the first down, we need more yards. But if you think about it, nice short completion, sets up a 3rd down. And guess what? Nowadays, 4th down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
He unleashes a long one. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Trying to take it back. At the 20. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
What an interception. He's dangerous because not only can he catch the ball and pluck it out of the air, but he's hard to bring down, too. This is a guy that I think could play offense for a lot of programs around the country, and he showed you his open field running there.
Trying to punch it in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Tries again to get it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Canes.
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And he added the extra point. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quarterback will audible. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his second pick thrown in this game.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to throw, it's Ward. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. He lets one fly deep. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. The Hurricanes will boot it away to start the second half. He'll call for the fair catch here. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a third and long from the 27. Power football with the run. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Georgia comes quickly to the line. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Fires downfield.
Oh, wow.
Pass turns it over in their own end.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to that red zone, a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24. Quarterback on the keeper. A run up the middle is stopped for no gain.
Really nice job by the defense playing responsibility football, making sure the quarterback couldn't make any of his reads, making sure the picture is not clear, getting downhill, getting the quarterback on the ground.
And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Thought maybe they would consider the field goal here, but the offense is staying out there on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. fires to the big fella. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive, and they take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out of the field and make some stops.
They'll start this drive with an end around. Crosses the 30. He's got away. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Looking for room. It's Etienne.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Early movement on the offense will push them back a bit. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on second down. Quarterback checking the play. Back to throw, it's Beck. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Dogs! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
This offense is so explosive, it can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. They finish things off with some flair, a 73-yard touchdown pass. Fair catch called for and made. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They'll try the running game off the right tackle. Breaks the tackle. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Looking to go up top on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this. Give me a chance to complete some passes.
Well, it's a nice job snagging that pass. Miami has a tradition of Heisman Trophy quarterbacks. I get that, but guess what? If you're going to win Heisman Trophies, you're probably throwing to very talented wide receivers. Let's not forget about all the great receivers the Hurricanes have had as well. And they've got a special group this year. This guy right here is one of those dudes. He can beat you one-on-one with his speed, and he has really, really good hands as well.
Everybody and their brother showing blitz. First down to start the drive after the break. He'll just keep slinging it. Looking to scramble. Trying to make magic with his feet. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Those always sting a little bit. When you get so close to getting the QB to the ground, creating a negative play, and then all of a sudden he turns it into something positive, just really annoying as a defensive guy.
Moves away as he feels pressure. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment. This could be the biggest play of the game so far. Third down and 2. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. To the air, it's Ward. Got it! Oh, and he thought he might be able to wiggle his way into the end zone, but they knock him down at the 3. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Trying to barge their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricane.
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Looking left. Makes a connection. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Trying to escape and get it himself.
Well, as soon as he got outside the pocket, the defense smelled blood in the water. Everybody started pursuing. And how about the big hit on the QB outside the pocket? At that point, he's a runner. He's not getting protected anymore. Nice job. He felt that one.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. To throw, it's Beck. Showing the arm strength to the left. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Right down the middle. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. Fourth down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Moving out of the pocket. Lets it fly. Makes the grab. And it is a chunk play. A huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
I think you're seeing the chemistry between these two guys on that last play, right? Quarterback's on the move. He's got to find his big fella. He does a great job of finding the soft spot in the defense and settling down. He was a stationary target for his quarterback on the move, and that really helped them pick up that first.
They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. Here comes the field goal unit. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. It is good! And with that, they've taken the lead. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get the... On the banks of the Mississippi River, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a storied venue, and soon the fog will rise off the Big Muddy, and will it also bring a victory for the beloved Bayou Bengals, Tiger Stadium, home of LSU. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. First down for this offense. Running back searching for a hole. Finds his way ahead for 6 and a little breathing room to the 17.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Finds his big tight end. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Might as well stick with him. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6. The Tigers want to crank the tempo. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. This is an opportunity to show your offense you believe in them. Their opening drive of the game, still in their own territory, going for it on 4th down. Looking to the big tight end. He makes the catch. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Comes out throwing on first down. He rifles one deep down the middle. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. This series dates back to 1895. One of the odd things, guys, is historically the visiting teams have had a lot of success. And going downfield for the big play. And the pass hits, picked off. Takes it the other way. The 40. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Man, what a play. Now you're setting your offense up for great position, but you want to make big plays as a defense. Not only make big plays, return it a long way down the field. You wanted a touchdown, obviously, but you set your offense up in great scoring position.
Offense set on first down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Yeah, great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
The Tide trying to pay off this red zone trip. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
The give to the tailback. Headed to the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown Tide. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. Looking for blockers. And the returner will be brought down. Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young...
And the pass is intercepted. What a nice play on the pick. Didn't find much running room. They'll let it slide. They've got it at the 29.
Well, the defense is feeling it now, right? 2 picks in 2 straight drives. Their guys have been all over the field making plays when the ball's in the air. D coordinator's got to love that.
They'll throw it on first down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run. Alabama quickly back to the line. And a lot of thrillers in the history of this series, but last year wasn't one as the tide rolled easily.
It was a beatdown, and it was replayed over and over on the TVs all through.
Picked off. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. And another interception for the Crimson Tide. And Bama has a few ball hawks in this secondary. He might be putting old Hootie Ingram in the sights for a single-season interception record with 10.
And it's hard to find DBs that are going to catch the ball consistently. When you get 1, it's a nice day. But when you get 2, it's a great day. You got a guy ball hawking the football, finding it, creating big plays for this defense.
They're trying to get to it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Really nice pressure by the defense, getting in there quickly, getting a hit on the quarterback, making the quarterback make a quick decision, and he makes the wrong decision. He throws into double coverage, but that's really because of the pressure in his face and the physical hit on his body.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Looking for a man, it's Nussmeier. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances there.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. How about that? Making a play and setting up your offense inside the 40 at the 39.
He's just Johnny on the spot. Now his 2nd interception of the game, doing a great job reading the quarterback's eyes, and he's just been in the right place at the right time making plays.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Henderson. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
And it's on the ground. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? 3rd down for the offense after recovering their own fumble. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. The holder will put it down on the right hash, a 33-yard try. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And they'll push that lead out a little further. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Line gets set, 1st down. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. He turns that loose down the right side. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. He'll start the return inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. And the timing just a hair off.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking for a huge play. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Slings it downfield. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass, it's Milroe. He's taking the shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Throws to the back. The sure hands, it's Miller. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He's going up top. And he's got it inside the 20. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Caught in the backfield, it's Haynes. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it. And
it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time.
And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. He'll try to take it back. He goes out of bounds at the 7-yard line, but what an opportunity after that pick. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. To the air, it's Milroe. we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Two-point conversion attempt is coming. They'll go to the air. And the ball is picked off. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Alabama 22, LSU 0.
LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes that Alabama offense. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Caught in the backfield, it's Miller. Makes the catch and knocked down. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Shakes off the tackler. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Back to throw, it's Milroe. Fires to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Got some room to run. The tag. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick six. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the deep...
Touchdown. Pays off as he gets it across the goal line. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. Trying play action. Getting some heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. He's looking to throw. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. Alabama pushing the tempo. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Wants to throw. It's Milroe. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be fourth down. The offense with a major gamble here, going for it inside their own 40. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Henderson. Still on his feet at the 45. And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Defense looks like they're coming. Looking for space. It's Haynes. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Caught behind the line. It's Henderson. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. He'll keep it on the sneak. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another 1st down. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Nice move to keep moving. And he's able to shed one tackling.